exciting and new. Going forward, we're expecting you. The love boat, so we'll be making another run. It's love, welcome aboard, it's love.
Greetings, valued travel partners. Oh my God, was that not phenomenal? I'm so excited. So, welcome to another Connect with Princess. We are so excited that you're joining us today. That is our new commercial. I Love This Boat is our new brand campaign. You'll see a lot more of it during Wave. I just thought it was amazing. So we have a lot of exciting stuff to share. But before we kind of kick it off with our usual fun stuff that we go through, we have an amazing guest with us today. You all know it because I think it absolutely blew up Facebook for us. We have Captain Paolo joining us today. So super excited. And of course, as always, I'll have Marsha with me. But hello, was that from San Diego? Welcome. So let's talk about just really quickly because I want to kind of just right check our reality. A week from today. Oh, and what am I thankful for? So, all of you who follow me on Facebook know that I always feature in the month of November because a week from today is our American Thanksgiving. Hey, Sandy from New York, Syracuse. I know it's like 37 degrees there and rainy. At least that's what I saw this morning. I'm glad I'm in South Florida at 88 degrees. So, a week from today, it's Thanksgiving. Super excited. Obviously, we have so much to be thankful for. The restart of cruising. Cruising is back. But I always dedicate the month of November to an attitude of gratitude. I've been doing that for decades, just so you know. From Fort Myers. Was that somebody from Fort Myers? You're in our prayers. I trust that everybody's recovering and getting back. Yes, Fort Myers. Thank you. Oh, Candy, or Connie, I truly hope everything is back. I know it has been so rough. Being a Floridian myself, having experienced hurricanes, I know what that's all about. Luckily, the light at the end of the tunnel. It's almost the end of November, so I know I flew in recently through Nicole. It was a hurricane tropical storm. Hi from Hungary. Oh, I hope I don't ruin your name, Ishan. What a great name. Anyway, a week from today, Thanksgiving, attitude of gratitude. Every Thursday, I do what I call Thankful Thursdays. I think we need to be thankful every day. And for those who follow me, yes, this is a holiday tree. And I started this year by not taking down my beautiful Christmas tree and deciding to every single month I did a theme. It gives me joy, it gives me happiness. Hello from Palm Springs, California. Hi there. Is that Corey? Fantastic. I got to be honest, it just gives me joy. So I have continued the tradition, and this month you'll see behind me it's Thanksgiving. So looking forward to next week, and I just want to tell all of you how thankful we are for your partnership, your support, um, always believing in us. And I want to thank my teams, both on board and ashore, the amazing teammates, navigators, all of the family at Princess, because if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing what we do, which is what we love. It's the passion, the happiness business, and cruising. So I really want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and just take that moment to recognize how much we have gone through and how much gratitude I have and appreciation for the best that is yet to come. So we'll get right to it because I know we have a really busy schedule. I'm super excited, and I've got is we will have Q&As. You know what's going to happen. You know that's what I'm thankful for, my beautiful family. So super excited. And so we'll go to the next slide. And Marsha controls the slides because it's always technical and I always have so much fun. So as always, we have a live transcript that's available on Facebook. All your Q&As, we do it at the end of the webinar. So stick around. And if you have some great questions, I know some of you really populated a lot of questions in advance. So looking forward to going through those. And those are all for Captain Paolo, which we're so excited to have with us today. So, as always, my sidekick, Marsha, the queen of groups, will be here with me. My guru, Marsha. Did you miss me? I've been gone.
Hey, Carmen.
You've
Of
had
course
peace
I
and
did.
tranquility. Peace and tranquility you've had, Marsha. I love it.
I have,
I
I have.
love it.
But you've got all the energy. You bring all the energy, and we miss that.
Oh, you are so sweet. And you know, the team is going to be here first week of December, everybody. We're going to have a big sales meeting and looking forward to seeing everybody live and in person and celebrating this amazing year, this amazing team, and getting ready for what 2023 has to offer for each and every one of. Not to mention that I'm going on my vacation cruise December 28th, Caribbean right? Caribbean
You're
Princess,
gonna have a
10-day Panama
fantastic
Canal.
time.
The countdown has begun. So, Marsha, I told you I want to get rid of these slides, but I get it.
I
We're
know
still
you
not there
do.
yet. I was
We're
just on a
still not there.
conference. I was
It's
just on a
so important.
conference. Yeah, I know it is, and we're going to continue because on the conference I was at, it was 800 of our travel partners. It was incredible. I flew back from St. Thomas yesterday. So, you know, we, this industry, always puts health and safety first. So we will continue as long as there's a need to talk about these protocols, right? Most
Yep.
voyages we've lifted protocols, but let me just tell you, work in progress. What did I always say? Pivot. We need to pivot. So if
Yep.
things come up that we have to adjust, we will. I know you're the expert in this.
Yep. Things are fluid. So again, the place that we all go when we need to know these answers is princess.com/cruise health FAQ. So just remember to have that saved. I like to bookmark it. I just have a bookmark so I can go there whenever I need it.
Absolutely.
All the updated information is there. Our team behind the scenes, Vance and his team, do a fabulous job of keeping everything updated. So make sure you check there.
Fantastic.
We're also helping. So we have a team of people that are calling out for the enhanced voyages to make sure that our guests and you as their travel advisor know what's required before they sail.
Always vital. We will continue to have that focus until such time. I can be an optimist, right? But Marsha keeps me real. I become a realist because she reminds me. Because I can't wait till we can get rid of it and have these webinars with what we want, which is knowledge based for you to sell more of our Princess brand. But until that time, we'll continue to address it. We'll continue to ensure that you have all the information, and we'll continue to be true to our brand, which is very personalized in how we communicate with you and our amazing, valuable guest. Right? Truly important.
Absolutely.
So the love, I loved. What do you think about that
I
new
loved
version
it.
of the song? Isn't it
Yeah, I did.
contemporary?
It is. I loved it. They did a great job.
And what about the campaign? I love this boat. Isn't that cool?
It is cool.
What have I been saying since I got here? We sell boat rides, and all of you have made fun of me. They're not boats, they're ships. Well, you know what, folks? We're going to change things up here at Princess because we are very different and we will continue to be different. So let's talk about. So I think everybody knows, I'm not going to belabor it. The Love Boat, that's the reason I got into this business 41 years ago. So excited, wanted to be Julie McCoy. But the real Love Boat, right, which you have all been tuning in, it is no longer. A lot of you had a lot of questions and you're having some difficulties getting on Paramount Plus. So as you know, it was for 4 weeks, a whole month. It was live on CBS every Wednesday night. It took me back to when the real love, the original Love Boat was on. I would do that every Saturday night at 8 o'clock. So now it is on Paramount Plus. So it's streaming on Paramount Plus, and we'll get you more information. But remember that we continue to have our sweepstakes, and the webinar series will be every 2 weeks. So and we're giving away that cruise, right? We're
Yes.
continuing, and this I called it out to Joe because he did a great job ensuring that all of the legalese was there. Every week we give that one 7-day cruise for each episode as long as you answer the question. And we've
Yes.
got a drum roll. What's this week's question? I've got it. Are we ready? Okay, I am impressed. Someone finally said we don't want to hear her do the Chato thing and do a real drum roll. You guys, I'm gone for 4 weeks, 2 weeks, and you're lifting, you're raising the bar. Okay, here we go.
Joe is
Lucky
so
episode.
great.
Here's our pop quiz. I love it. In episode 7, the real Love Boat couples visit the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul with what at stake? What is at stake? Here are your options. A, the top winners can choose which couples are eliminated. B, the couple who haggle for the best prizes win the challenge. C, gathering the most stamps from vendors will win the day. Or is it D, to stay alive, you had to find all the ingredients for a Turkish recipe? Bum,
So
ba-dum.
I am
Right?
going to also say that we've got a lot of feedback from you all that if you're not able to watch on Paramount Plus, how are you able to answer the questions? Well, when you attend these webinars with us, our viewers are very kind because they always put the answers into the chat on Facebook and YouTube. So look there, you'll get the answer and you can still participate.
That's a nice insider insight, Marcia. Isn't that cheating? Well, it's okay. Not really. Someone's
Oh,
posting it. It's all good. at the end of the day.
Exactly.
The last one. So do we have the winners from the last episode? Well,
We
but
do.
before do that, let's pause on this because I want everybody to look at the QR codes. I think it's exciting. They can enter now. I love that you can get the answers on Facebook. I think that's really fantastic. I just want to make sure that everybody knows how you can get it, right? You can
Yep.
enter via our Princess Travel Advisor newsletter that goes out on Thursdays, Thankful Thursdays, or onesourcecruises.com right on the homepage. Or there's a
Yep.
QR code. We always pause so that you have plenty of time to download the QR code and go ahead and enter. And it's, I always say it's always technical. And I always say, what the large print giveth, the little tiny print taketh away. And it's like 800 pages of legalese. But again, Joe did a great job with the team. And this is exciting. I love that we're giving away cruises. I think it's really fun and that everybody's engaging in such a big way. So let's talk about episode 5 and 6 winners. Who
Who
are
are
they?
our winners?
Do we have that drum roll again? You're killing me.
Hit it, Joe.
Or not. It's okay.
Or
Episode
not?
5. Or
Okay.
not.
There we go.
Boom. There we go. Marvin. Oh my God. I hope I don't ruin his name. Coaching of Independent Resource Travel in St. Charles, Missouri. Congratulations. That's episode 5's
Congratulations,
winner,
Marvin.
November 2nd. And
Okay.
then
Who's
the
our
episode
second
6
winner?
winner. Episode 6, November 9th. That, oh, okay. I'm definitely going to. Valeria Bacos or Bacos of Expedia Cambridge Cruise Ship Centers in Cambridge, Ontario. Is that correct?
Hey, yes, that's
Did I
correct.
get it
Great
right?
job. You did.
Congratulations to both of them. That's fantastic. Marvin and Valeria. I hope I pronounced that right. So here's the exciting thing. So, not to diminish their phenomenal wins. Way to go. And of course, answer the question.
Congratulations.
But congratulations and thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. But this is why we're here today. So we are welcoming, and yes, unlike the original Love Boat, Captain Paulo is a real captain, and he's our captain on the Regal Princess. If you've been watching the show, you've been following him and all his advice. I mean, I got to tell you, we kicked it off when we did the Real Love Boat. We had all these VIPs on board. I know Captain was there. We've already had Ezra with us, so I just want to welcome Captain Paulo on behalf of Marsha and myself. Thank you for taking the time. I know how busy you are. I know how busy
Hello.
you are, and the fact that you're here to share your story and allow us just to kind of have an insight of, oh, look at the captain's hat. You know, I was going to wear a captain's hat, but I thought it was a little geeky. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to wear a
You
captain's hat.
should.
And
You
Captain
should
Paul
have.
is,
You should have
yeah,
come.
that would be really original, right? So I'd rather harass Marsha and say, Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. Captain, thank you so much for joining us. And I know a couple weeks ago you had a death in the family, so you know, our hearts go
Yeah.
out to you. We're praying for you, and I'm just glad that you're able to be with us today, and for everything you do, right, to be part of the
Yeah.
family.
Oh, well,
And
thank
then
you for
Marsha
having
and I are
me
going to
over.
have a lot of fun.
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you for having me over.
Are
I
you on
was
the
well,
ship? Are you on the
no,
ship?
I'm
Okay.
actually in the middle of packing, so sorry for my very casual attire
I love it.
tonight. So I'm packing because I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 4. It is, bear in mind, it's 8:15 here in Sicily. And I'm going back on the Regal, where I'll be joining in Genova in a couple of days. And then we're going to do a couple more ports in Europe, and then we're going to go across the pond, as we say. And on the 2nd of December, we'll be back in Port Everglades, our second home. Or
Yay!
that's what we call home for
Cool.
the Regal.
Well, even more of a reason for us to say thank you so much because obviously you're at home in Sicily. Oh my God, this is so authentic and real. I love it. And then, of course, that's an early morning start for you to go back and then join the ship in Genoa. I love Genoa. Talk about a beautiful port. And I'm so glad that you will be joining. And we'll have our beautiful Regal Princess back with us on December 2nd in beautiful Port Everglades. So obviously calm winds, beautiful seas. I'm sure everything will be fantastic. And I hope you enjoyed your very well deserved time off because you have gone from being a captain to now you're a star. It's like Beverly Hills. How's that changed your
Yeah.
life?
The good thing is not many people have Paramount Plus in Sicily, so they have no idea what I've been doing. I prefer it. I'll walk down the street pretty unnoticed, so that's pretty cool. So
Enjoy that because it's about to change once you come back. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So I know we have some questions for you, and I think
Yeah.
one's popping up right now. That's a Tammy question saying, Captain Paolo grew up living near the ocean and sailing from the time I could walk. What drew you to want to be a captain and spend your life sailing our beautiful seas?
Well, that's probably
Great.
pretty much the same reason. I grew up in a family of seafarers, and my dad been at sea, and my dad was actually with Princess as well. He was an executive chef. So when he was away in summer, we used to spend the summer at my grandparents. My grandfather Paolo, same name as me, he was again a chef in the original Love Boat. He was actually on the ship when they were filming the show in the 70s, believe it or not. So when I was,
Oh,
so
wow.
we spent the summer there, and we used to watch the show together with my grandfather. I was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5, and he was telling me all these stories when we were watching the show, and he was telling me, yeah, that's Puerto Vallarta. Oh, that's the captain. And they live on the waterfront. So watching the show, and I turn around, there's the beach and the Messina Strait. I immediately knew I had to do something about it. Between two chefs, between my grandfather and a father, there were too many cooks, as I say. So I had to drive the ship. So I
Love
think
that.
I decided back then that I wanted to be a captain, and I consider myself one very lucky man because I was able to uh, perceive and actually manage to go through the job that I always wanted to do, my dream job that I always wanted to do since I was a kid. So I'm very lucky. Consider
I love
myself
that
very lucky.
story.
That is amazing because of the legacy,
Hmm.
right? So you're talking your
Hmm.
grandfather, your father, two chefs. I agree with you. I don't cook, so the fact that you had chefs, well, they're Italian. Of course, they're going to cook. They're amazing, amazing Italian food. I can only imagine. But having been on the ship and that you had that legacy and heritage, that you actually watched the original level. I mean, who could? uh, This could not have been scripted better, Captain Paolo, from a Beverly Hills, L.A. Hollywood movie. It's incredible.
Uh,
Isn't
I
that
will say that
astounding?
many people will keep asking me how's doing the acting job. It's not an actually, I was never acting. I will never call myself an actor out of respect for real actors that they have studied and they've put up body and soul into this very hard profession which is acting. So I was, to me, it was quite natural being there because I was just playing myself, welcoming. And I remember one of the first time I was doing the captain's table with Jay Bienstock, the producer. I says, well, because it's totally unscripted, by the way. We had nothing
Hmm.
written on it. So, and I says, but what do you want me to say? He says, Paul, what would you say when you on table with guests? Oh, all right. So say no more. And off I went. It
That's
was,
even better. It's
That is
yeah.
better.
authentic, right? It's authentic, it's genuine. It is, and I love the part about, just like the original, we had Captain Stubing, right? We
Yeah.
love him. And they just had the Love Boat reunion, as you know, and they did a huge tribute to Gavin McLeod. But he was an actor, and you are a real captain. You don't just play one on TV, right? I mean, it's like even more authentic. And the fact that it's even more, I had no idea you weren't scripted. I figured they had a teleprompter and you were scripted and you were gonna.
No, no.
Me too.
Incredible!
Nothing.
Wow!
Yeah, it was totally scary, and I was a little bit worried in the beginning because, oh my God, I don't even know where even to start. But then it became actually quite natural. The one thing that they were telling us, they were giving us some information about the couples, what they've been up to, because we couldn't be with them in certain
Hmm.
situations. So we were getting briefed. Okay, so this is happens. This couple, and end up winning. They did this and did that, and out of that one, then we were just bringing the conversation in. It was pretty nice. And the fact that at one point it did hit me that I was in this the real Love Book things. It is the show that I was watching when I was a kid with my grandfather telling me that he was on it. It was and meeting Jill and Ted. It was just unbelievable,
Oh,
unbelievable.
I, 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 I'm speechless. I'm rarely speechless because it's like it's the stars, the moon aligning. It was meant to be. Of all the captains that we have chosen for this, it's you, and your legacy and your incredible, your
Yeah.
grandfather, your father. Having watched this, it's just amazing to me. I just say it's great. We have a question from Cindy. She wants to know how long have you been on the Regal Princess as captain?
On the Regal Princess since 2000, what was it? 2021, actually. Last year in a March. I think I got it in
Right.
March.
Okay. And
Visited some
here's another thing.
amazing itineraries and
Yeah, before
ports.
we get to the itinerary, Marcia, I want to say just a quick thing, Captain Paolo, because I noticed the banter. You mentioned Ted and you mentioned Jill. So both of them have been guests with Marcia and I on Connect with Princess with our travel partners, and they have been so generous with their time and their incredible passion. And you do not disappoint, sir. Captain, as passionate about our brand, it comes through. We just feel so blessed, right? Because at the end of the day, what we do and what our travel partners do, and that's who's watching us, right? And we trust them, we entrust them to bring their clients that become our guests, and then seeing you and having this connection lets them know that this brand, no matter what you do for Princess, we are so truly passionate about what we do and the legacy that we have. So I want to thank you, and again, because you're here and our partners get to see you. The itinerary I leave to Marcia, because that itinerary is spectacular, and obviously it counts on Genoa and Sicily too.
Yeah. Yeah. Marsha, you want to
Well, we've got the
take
expert with us.
Yeah. So I've done this
So
many
last
times.
episode we were in Istanbul, right?
Yeah, with the show, I think they were in Istanbul yesterday, and this is definitely one of my favorite, if not it's probably because I'm biased, 'cause I'm leaving Messina, so calling into that's another thing. And again, I've been blessed with working with this company that has such an amazing opportunity of calling in my hometown. In the port that I was always walking by before going to the nautical college every morning, and then docking on the same dock where I used to go to school from. It was just,
Wow.
unbelievable.
It's
So
surreal.
What
he
would you
has to
say,
be my
Captain,
favorite.
that we should not miss when we go to Sicily?
No, exactly. I'll go in no matter what, except providing the weather is going to be nice for us anyway. But one of the best things of the Mediterranean ports is the ports are very close to each other, so you do actually get to experience more time in port, so to speak, because the time overnight from one port to another is actually not that long. So, and this just goes to benefit of the time in port stay. So you'll get to do maybe half day of a excursion, and the other half day you do on your own, or and wherever you go, you got so many options. Whether to do a historic things or food things, or just walking on the beach, you got so many options. I love it.
Beautiful itinerary. And obviously, as you said, Sicily, right? Messina to be there. Genoa, which will be tomorrow, as you're going to be setting
Yeah,
sail
I mean,
back.
it's a lot.
It's incredible. I mean, this itinerary. So when I look at, like, I've been to Gibraltar, I've been to Marseille, I've been to Barcelona, obviously Genoa, Fiorenza, which is Pisa, right? And then obviously
Yeah,
everything. I think the only one, when I look at Athens and you look at obviously Istanbul, Santorini, dare I say how gorgeous, Kusadasi, Mykonos. I think the only place I have not been on this itinerary is Kotor, Montenegro, which is definitely on my, I call it a life list, Captain, not a
oh
bucket
wow,
list, right?
you will not
Because
be disappointed at Fort Couture.
can't
It's
wait.
unbelievable. And I think for me, the surprise of this itinerary, after I've been doing that again for so long, was Istanbul. Because Istanbul, they did the inauguration of that terminal, the cruise terminal, in the beginning of the year. And the things that they've done in the terminal for the guests, it's unreal, which I never seen anywhere else in the world. They made it like an airplane terminal. I mean, sorry, an airport. It took me like 15 minutes just to get out of it in the street. It was so long.
Wow.
And
So Istanbul is back.
the food and beverage areas right in front of the ship, which is open to everyone, was, I was blown away with the amount of work that they put in, and it was all in benefit of our guests. really, really incredible. Well done
That's
to them.
beautiful.
Kudos.
Yeah,
Kudos.
Istanbul is back. Istanbul is back because I know for a few years cruise ships weren't calling there, so I'm glad to see it's back on our itineraries.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we're cruising. I tell this to Marcia and the team all the time. I think having, and we're going to call it the pause. We're not going to call it anything else. We lost a little time, but we're back. Cruising is back. We want to be global citizens. I think there's pent up desire, and we're seeing it in booking. So we have phenomenal hopes and we are very bullish on 2023 for our company. Super excited about this. So great itinerary. So thank you for sharing that. So I think a few of our partners said, "Oh, I love this itinerary, and I've done it." Well, let's get it booked up, shall we, for our guests because this is a big deal. Big deal.
Yes. Must do
But
itinerary.
talking about big deals, something new is happening. Ha! So I had said to the team, because Captain, we had announced obviously the Sphere class ships that are beautiful parent company has committed to create and build these new class of ships, LNG, for the Princess brand. And the first one is the Sun Princess, obviously. Here Comes the Sun. I'm a Beatles fan, so I always sing the Beatles song. And in all of these conferences, when I go on stage, they're playing the Here Comes the Sun because I always have to be marketing, what's new and what's greater and what's bigger, even though I'm very focused on what we need to do in 2023 because we got to fill. But I'm excited about this new class of ship and the itineraries because ironically you're on, and again, I know that Marcia, you have the itinerary passion, but we talk about groups, we talk about itineraries, and I kind of want to have your expertise because this is like inaugural 10-day Grand Mediterranean voyage, right? I mean, 2024 is right here. This is a little over a year, right? So what can we expect, right, on this incredible cruise?
It's it's actually pretty incredible. They added Mallorca, which is not a usual port, so that's gonna be new for with the ship has been before, but it hasn't been a regular port, so that would be great. And I don't know if you've been to Mallorca, but it's quite a spectacular place.
It is Mallorca, Menorca, and Ibiza, all three.
They're
Love,
okay.
love,
If you
love it.
like to
Actually, my
party,
husband's roots are in Ibiza. It's Roig is, I guess, how the Spanish folk call it. It's amazing. But yes, those are beautiful ports of call. So again, and I love the fact 6 ports of call on a 10-day the Grand Mediterranean. I think it's a beautiful itinerary. So we're very excited about that. Obviously, this ship. How exciting is it to have an LNG ship, right? I think it's for the folks like us that are just laymen and women that aren't familiar with nautical terms or what does it mean. Everybody makes a big deal about it. So I mean, I guess we're joining the party.
Yeah, so LNG, we're very excited, mainly for the LNG propulsion system, which is fueled by the LNG liquefied natural gas. So the emission will be literally zero. So that will, for us, it will solve so many issues that we had with various different kind of fuels that we're currently taking. And there's a lot of swaps of different kinds of fuel that we take because mainly all the ships that we had, and they are around, they've been built with the heavy fuel oil type and then being converted to diesel, which has a lower emission. So there has to be, once you get a certain distance off the land, you have to start doing the swapping. So it's a lot of work going in there to be careful to stay within the range of the emissions. So with the introduction of the LNG, it makes our job much easier to that aspect. Of course, it will introduce a new concept which we haven't been familiar with. So all the team of engineers, they're already at the yard and they're already studying all the technicality of it all. So there's going to be new, but again, that's the future. So
yes,
the sooner we embrace all this new technology, the better it will be. And not only the Sun Princess will be unique because of the fuel system, it's also going to be the first Princess ships having the Hazipots propulsion, which is
yes.
All our ships are conventional, so I mean 2 propellers, 2 rudders, going around and moving. And we had the stern thrusters that help during the docking and undocking. The Azipod systems, it doesn't it doesn't see the options of the thrusters because the actual main propellers spin on their axis of 360 degrees. So it gave us a lot of advantage over maneuverability in terms of also adverse weather. So whereas with the Regal Prince of the Royal class, we could hold up to 25 knots of wind, these will hold up probably about 35. I haven't seen the specs actually, so I can't really speculate too much about it, but it's definitely much more than 25. So it's going to give us a lot more.
That's incredible.
Captain, I love it. It is incredible. And you know what? I know you probably thought, why is she asking this technical question, right? Because everybody is out there talking about their new ships, LNG and this and that and the Yazapod. And I'm like, you know what? We just got the perfect definition. But I laugh because my husband's a boater and he has, I think it's called the Volvo Pod System, IPS. So, if you play games, he's not working very hard. He just has to move that little joystick and maybe I could learn how to do it. It's that, but it's not as easy as it looks. I'll tell
Well, you got the hat. You got the captain's hat.
You.
So,
Thank you, Captain. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll let him know, but he is the captain. Trust me. I'm just there as the first mate, taking orders as we should. I love it. So excited about this new class of ship. Some of the questions are, do we know who the team is? I don't think they've announced who the team is, who the captains are or anything, I'm assuming. Okay. So that's not going to be here today, Cheryl, but maybe next time. So as we continue, so this 7-day itinerary is absolutely phenomenal because we get a lot of guests that like it. And obviously you're doing this Greece and Italy combination. Super fantastic.
And I want to add that what makes these special is that you can add before and after, right? You can do make your way around. And I highly suggest, I learned this the hard way. I highly suggest you trek around Europe before you get on the ship. Because then you get on the ship
great
and you're
cruise tours
all the way home. And we do great cruise tours as well. You do your trek first, then you get on the ship, you get pampered all the way, and then you head home. I did the reverse thing. I learned the hard way. Someone told me after, like, oh, you were supposed to go into Europe first and then do your trip, like on the ship. And I did it wrong.
So you know what I do,
I
Marcia? From a selling tip, I amortize the airfares. Listen, we can only control what we own, and we own our beautiful ships and the amazing leadership of captains and engineers. But at the end of the day, the airlines, if you got to get to the mat, you depend on those airlines, and these prices are beyond belief. So my selling tip to all of our travel partners is if you have someone who wants on a 7-day, to Marcia's point, extend it because you amortize that expensive airfare against a longer vacation. So it makes it that much more valuable for the clients. So then if we go to the next slide, because obviously we know we're just going to talk about the maiden season. It's 2024. We already talked about it. We talked about the first three voyages, but tell me about this because I've been out of the loop traveling for 4 weeks.
Yeah, so we announced, the last time we were on, Carmen, we announced that we had to delay the opening of Sun Princess. And the reason we delayed it was so that we could open all of Europe 2024 at the same time. And that was based on feedback from our travel partners that it would be nice to have everything launched at once. And so we delayed it a bit to be able to do this. So the new launch date, which we weren't able to share last time, is that this will be open to elite guests on December 14th. For general public sale on December 15th.
Fantastic. Love it. Thank you. Even I learned something on these webinars, my friend. Thank you. That's what happens when you're traveling. It's play. But let's get to Captain Paolo because the Q&As, all of you guys really presented some really wonderful questions. And I know we've peppered you with a lot of questions, Captain, and I want to make sure we're very, cognizant of your time because obviously you're going to be up very early to head and meet the ship. So I will just rattle a few off. So first, and these were all presented to us or by our partners. They want to know, how long have you been a cruise ship captain? I know that someone asked the question about the Regal specifically in March of 21, but how long in your career as a captain?
So I've been promoted in 2016, and the first command was on the Sea Princess in 2017.
Wow. And in total, obviously, to become a captain, how long was that span of career with education? And then obviously you have to work your way up the ranks, right?
Yeah, I started with, actually, I will consider myself a Princess product, mainly because after college, I did U.S. Coast, the Italian Coast Guard for a year, which was compulsory. And then I joined Princess right away. And back then, this is 1998, January, I joined Princess. 1998, they would not hire cadet because they were already full. So the only slot available for me was a deck AB. So I was, which was sailor, just a simple sailor. So I was chipping, painting. Was one of those guys who was making noise when everybody's sunbathing, you know.
Love it.
Yeah, and then I worked my way up from the very bottom. Basically, it was January 1998.
Beautiful span of career. Thank you.
The original Regal Princess. So it was my very
Phenomenal.
first ship.
Again,
Wow.
another legacy thing that I just love. Okay, so watching the Real Love Boat, and I think the very first episode they talked about, and so the question is, did you really meet your wife on board a cruise ship?
Yeah. I met her on the Royal Princess in 2016.
Was she a teammate?
Yeah. She was working in the Piazza. She was working in the Piazza and in the bar. I was staff captain, but that was on my last contract as a staff captain. And I remember, if you're familiar with if you cruise with Princess, you're familiar with the International Cafe in the Piazza. She was working.
love
in
it.
the cafe. And I don't know how many times I was passing by and getting espresso just to get a bit of talk to her. By noon, I was just like, twitching.
Over caffeinated. I love it. How romantic.
But it was her very first contract, so she had no idea. She didn't know hierarchy, ranks, or stuff. So I told her in the beginning that I was selling ice cream on the Lido deck.
I'm loving that. I'm loving that.
Yeah.
That is
And,
that is an adorable. And then I think you have a baby together, right?
Yeah. Sarah, 3
Gorgeous.
years old.
Oh, congratulations. What a blessing. Oh my
you.
God, I
Thank you.
love this. You're checking off all of these. Like, we're going to have to do a life story or something because it's like
All
incredible
right.
with your grandfather, your father, the legacy, the career, getting on and being quote unquote very exciting. So, another question that came in was what is your favorite European port of call? I'm assuming you're going to say Italy. I know, somewhere in Italy.
I would say Messina, but no, I can't say Messina because it's my hometown. I would probably say there are a few in the Mediterranean. I would say now Istanbul, to be honest.
Wow. That's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Istanbul,
Well, you
then
share.
Genoa. Istanbul and Genoa. Yeah.
Fantastic. And then this one, I think, hopefully, so when the Regal comes to Galveston in November of 2023, will you be the captain?
2000. Oh boy, that's a long shot.
It's a long
I
time away,
don't
I know.
know. I don't know because usually captain stays on the same ship for about 2-3 years top, and one ship is always divided with two captains because we do 3 on and 3 off. So I'm already on my second year on the Regal, so I don't know if you're gonna be kept on the Regal or gonna be moved on to another vessel.
Well, we'll tune in.
In the beginning
Yeah.
of the year, they will issue the new rotations for the captain. Then I'll know.
So did you say, before I hand it over to Marsha, because she's got a real technical question, which I love, you spend 3 months off, 3 months on,
Yeah.
on, off. So it's a 6-month rotation. Okay, fantastic. Marsha, I think you had a really interesting one, right? That has to do with transitions.
One of our travel advisors asked, can you share the process for transferring command of the ship?
Yeah.
Are you on board like a few days before for that process?
Well, basically, we high fire at the gangway, we drop the key, the other catches it, and that's it.
Oh my! Please tell me that's
Just what
not
we
true
thought.
yet.
Wow. So because of the reason I was saying before that every ship usually tends to keep the same people, the same captains, we do the same day handover. So we go in the morning, we spend all day together. We do the various paperwork and handover. We gonna go around the ships for things that have changed, if anything changed in those 3 months, and we move on. However, whenever we change ship, that's if we change class of ships, then that's a class of ships that we haven't done before. We do have a protocol to follow that tells you how many days you need to be on a class of ships if you've never done it, or if you've done it within a certain amount of time to refresh yourself, so on and so forth. But for my specific case, to get back on the Regal, because I've been there for the last year and a half, and the captain was there already, Captain Traverso. So we're just going to do the whole, the same day handover.
That is
Got it.
that makes absolute sense. That's just absolutely phenomenal.
It
And I'm
does.
sure we have standard operating procedures for all of it. So Captain, I want to thank you. I'm sure you can't even begin to imagine what an amazing privilege, and we are so humbled. It's an honor to have you on
No,
to
it's
share
great
with
to-
our
it's
travel
great to be
partners.
here. Okay. Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to meeting you in person in Fort Lauderdale when you get to Port Everglade on December 2nd. And Marsha, I'm sure you join me in thanking you for your amazing service
Absolutely.
and leadership, and for everything you do for our company, and really making us shine. All the best
Thank
to you.
you. No, thank you. Keep coming. I'll be on the Regal until February.
That's right. So if you want to say thank you to Captain Paolo, you make sure you send all those clients our way. They will not be disappointed. You heard it here first.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
Captain
Captain.
Paolo.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Fabulous. Buonasera. I was going to say buonasera, but that's it.
That was
I was in. That was the most. Oh my God, he was so generous with his time. I don't even know what to say. I mean, we are so blessed, Marsha. I want to pinch ourselves, right? Look at
Yep.
that personality and that commitment and the passion and the legacy with his dad and his grandfather and the career, and it's just. And then the love story with his beautiful wife. Oh my God, and the beautiful 3-year-old little daughter. How sweet is that? It just warms my heart. I think we are in such a great. Buonasera. Grazie mille, Captain Paolo. Buonasera. There. That's as far as my Italian goes, except for mangia, because when I'm hungry, that's what I normally say. Grazie. So phenomenal. So, oh my God, a new princess.
Well,
What did we commit? We're going to continue to have innovations, partnerships. We want to make sure that you are aware. So that's why these webinars are so important. So I am going to have Joe just do the little 2-minute video, because no one's going to be able to explain it better than our own president, John Padgett.
Today is all about unveiling the 360 experience. And what happens here in 360 is you can be in anywhere in the world, and we're going to transport you into the Mediterranean. We have immersive video, storytelling, food, and wine that intersects with the story. And this will be the new pinnacle of what we can do from an experience company. A cruise experience is about making people happy and making connections. And that's what happens here with 360 like nowhere else in the world.
360 was amazing. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. It was like IMAX theater meets 5-star dining meets Cirque du Soleil meets, I don't know, it was amazing. So it's not just sight and beauty and taste, but then there's actual, not gonna give it all away, but there's smells and just like, whoa, like I'm smelling what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing about. Or to hear about an artisan's, you know, their farm and their family, and they're talking about this beautiful ingredient, and then moments later it's in front of you from their farm, so you feel so connected. And I actually got teary in the end. It's truly an emotional experience as well.
I think with a meal, we smell, we touch, we taste, we see, but this was listening, and then we were smelling, and then we were eating, and you know, it's like going through a pinball machine of the senses.
You've taken the cruise ship Hibachi and just blown it out of the water. This is not just about what's on the plate. It's about where it came from. It's about the smell of it, and it takes you there. This would take years to travel to all of these countries, but here in one experience, you brought everything together.
This is the future of entertainment and also the future of culinary.
My jaw was on the floor the entire time. I didn't want it to end.
Oh, the charcuterie plate is to die for. And the sea-rocked Grenache is something I'm not likely to forget.
To me, what is most special is when you watch everyone just realize that this is something unique, and then they sit back and they start taking it in and truly say, this is spectacular, this is extraordinary.
Wow, that is truly exciting, right? And I think the video does it justice. It tells you, and then I want to know Tyra Banks. So let me tell you. So we got into a partnership with her and her ice cream. It's vegan ice cream. So not only do we have the most amazing gelato on board outside of Italy, we are actually ordained to be able to create gelato. Talk about authentic. But then we also have this new partnership with Tyra Banks. You've heard of some of the other partnerships that we have. We have one with NASCAR. They did something amazing, Driver 99 here in Homestead a few weeks ago. And then the Porsche Club of America, we have a partnership with them. And then, we have obviously the fitness one, right? Oh my God, that was so exciting. So we have a lot of exciting stuff. And our commitment is to bring it to you as soon as we can. So absolutely new, newest innovation, 360, an extraordinary experience. Okay. I think it's
Yep.
phenomenal. I think the video did it great justice. So right now it's currently available exclusively for guests that are booked in our suite accommodations on Discovery Princess and Enchanted Princess starting in January of 2023. So for guests that are sailing on Discovery Princess or Enchanted Princess that book a future cruise with suite accommodations on any Princess ship, guess what? They will have, and they include, by the way, Princess Premier at non-cancelable fares. They will have this invitation and access to be really gained to this, right? To get into this. This is so exciting, so amazing, fantastic. So thank you for that. Now let's go to the priority. Not that Captain wasn't. He was a major priority. He was so kind with his time. It's spectacular. I'm even more excited about my cruise now than ever. Alaska 2023. So I know we have a lot of exciting
Alaska,
partnerships,
Alaska.
Marcia. I was just on this conference. We're the number one cruise line in Alaska. By the way, we're going to talk about the Travel Weekly. I think it stops, right? November 21. So we want to make sure. I love the fact that for 18 years, we've been the number one cruise line in Alaska. I want to own this. We own it. Princess, eh, I love this boat and the new brand company. It's all about love, loving not just the brand, loving the culinary, but we want to own Alaska. 2023, it is all about Alaska. We have 7 ships there. We really need your support. And that's why we'll talk about sell 3 and sell free. But if you go to the next slide, because obviously we were just in Fort Lauderdale for Cruise World, which was really exciting. And we had a love fest. I'm going to brand that from here on in with our travel partners at the very end. And we talked about, they had the Travies, and again, gold winner, not that awards, it's not about the awards, it's about what you as a travel partner can do with these awards. It's a third
Yep.
party endorsement. It's not you saying, oh, Princess is number one in Alaska. No, it is, these awards that allow us to really position our brand and allow you to use it in your, what I call in your selling dialogue, right? To really give it authenticity. So I'm very proud. I was there. I was able to accept the award. Next awards back up, okay? Even though we have 21 categories, I would have only said in the Travel Weekly Reader Choice Award, please vote for Best in Alaska. I don't want to lose it. I want it to be year 19. But in great respect for my good colleague, Marcia, Best Group Program. You all know how passionate she is about groups, her commitment to groups. And I would just love if we win Best Group Program as well, Marcia, because that's all yours.
Absolutely. And
That's all
and it's
yours.
so deserved. It's all the people within our team that have put together that fabulous program that's been in existence for a long time, and we're just trying to tout it to make sure everybody understands
Best in
how
class.
best in class, leader in the industry this program is.
And you had a lot to do with driving that, Marcia. So thank you. So again,
Thank you.
more than 50 years that we've been in sailing in the Great Land. You all know our immersive Alaska onboard experiences. And again, top-rated cruises, cruise tours, in depth, really critical. I kind of make the analogy is if you're not, forget the amortization of the air cost, right? If you are not telling your clients to do a cruise tour with us, you're missing the mark. It's like going to Orlando and on a family vacation and not going to Disney World. Really?
Exactly.
Just thought I'd let you know. And so, how to visit Alaska with Princess. So, really, how to see Alaska, the round trip inside passage cruises, right? Really, really critical. Um, the inside passage, I'll let you talk about it. This is your passion and mine. I love
Yep.
the fact that we have, Glacier Bay National Park, phenomenal,
Yep.
right?
Or Endicott
Convenient.
Arms or Dawes
Okay.
Glacier. We've got leave from to do an inside passage. You can leave from San Francisco. You can leave from Seattle. You can also leave from Vancouver, which
And
you guys
Saturday and
are
Sundays.
Canadian. Canadian partners have asked us about being able to do round trip Vancouver, and we delivered for 2023.
And 7-day Seattle too. Don't forget that round trip. I love that because that's, like I call that close to home, right? Kind of
Right.
cruising. And then this has been so well received, the Alaska Deal Alert. Okay, 10 days. I just went on stage in front of 800 of our travel partners to talk about this. 10 days for the price of 7. You can't make this up. This is an
Right.
amazing. We've just priced our 10-day Alaska voyage at the same price as our 7-day. And
Right.
again, Inside Passage. What have you
And
ever
these
seen a
10
deal like
days,
this?
no, I haven't. And these 10 days also have calls to Sitka, which you guys are often asking us about. Like, do you have Alaska voyages that go to Sitka? These 10 days have it. They also have an entire full day in Victoria. The ship doesn't depart
Wow.
until 11 o'clock at night. So it's an amazing itinerary.
Round trip Vancouver. Phenomenal. I love it. 10 for the price of 7. Okay, another way, see more of Alaska with one-way cruises, the Voyage of the Glaciers with, still being new. This is our number one
Yeah,
selling program, isn't it?
it is. It absolutely is. So 7
Why?
days, you get to see the most of Alaska, right? You get 2 glacier viewing experiences, which is huge. That's the whole reason people want to go to Alaska, is to see the glaciers, right? Um, you've also got the ability to add in a cruise tour. And
And
that
making
is
it
really
longer.
the amazing experience that you can have, where you experience not only the cruise, but also the interior of Alaska.
So what
That's
is
where
an
you get,
Alaska cruise tour? They've asked me this. I did it on the presentation. It's a combination
yeah,
of the cruise, the train, the lodge, and we own the lodges. So it is genuine exclusivity. And I've mentioned before, so I think I am going to, even though you and I are going to host a seminar at sea. Oh, and that's Cheryl saying Voyage of the Glaciers is the best. Yes, it is.
yes,
So I think you and I are going to be doing, hopefully we have some time in December when we're together to pretty much identify a
yes,
voyage. But I need to do Alaska on Princess. I've done it on our sister brands, on other brands. But now more than ever, I am sold that we are the brand I need to do it in, really,
yes.
completely. I got to go with number one, and I'm part of number one. Your
And you
team,
got to do the cruise
number one.
tour too, so you can experience the
Absolutely.
trains, the transfer seamless. It's an amazing experience.
So, and our lodges. So I joke because there's another cruise company out there that's talking about, oh, we bought some real estate in Alaska and we're going to build this. It's a patch of dirt. We've been there for years. These lodges are ours. Please, they can't even catch
Carmen,
up to us. Okay. What
tell us
am I?
how you really.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that not friendly? Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Wilderness
It was
lodges, they're
passionate.
ours.
It was
Very, because
passionate.
I find it funny. Oh, we bought this piece of real estate and we're going to lead in Alaska. No, you're not. You're way behind. These are our lodges. We've been there already. We're number one. Sorry, 7 ships. I don't want to hear it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh my God, it's
5 beautiful
Thanksgiving. I should
lodges.
have been kinder. Sorry about that, Marsha. Very competitive.
Hey, we're all works in progress. We'll get it
Yes, we
right.
are. With So let's talk about in the next slide because we're talking about the Princess Wilderness Lodges, how beautiful they are, how unique they are,
Oh,
right? And
I
again,
jumped the
we
gun.
own. Oh, it's okay. We own this. This properties. I mean, there's nothing like it, and I'll give you great confidence. And I know Alaska was a challenge this year, but our teammates are back next year. Remember, they were out of commission for 2 years, so it was
Yep.
kind of a startup. So I want everybody to feel really, really comfortable in knowing that 2023 Alaska. I'm laser focused on it. It's our number one focus for 2023. I don't want to upset Neil and the rest of the folks in the office because we still need help in Q1 and Q2 desperately. We really do. We have Galveston that most people are telling me they didn't even know we were there. So we have so many options from Fort Lauderdale round trip, right?
Yeah,
We got Hawaii, we got Panama Canal. So we've got a lot of
yeah,
voyages that we need you to promote. But me as a
yeah,
leader, it's 2023 Alaska is do or die for me.
absolutely. And because
And
it's so
then
important,
what did we create? Sell 3, sail free. So it is all about Alaska. So if you sell 3 of our voyages in Alaska, and if you go to the next one, again, if you make the 3 bookings, you earn a free cruise. Your free cruise doesn't have to be in Alaska. It could be in any other of the destinations. And we're going to get to the QR code now. But again, all qualifying new bookings. We started this November 1st, and we're going to continue it through the 31st of December. 2023 Alaska cruises or cruise tours, okay? And again,
yeah,
your
either
free
one.
cruise, your sailing free includes a balcony room. So it's really, really important. That's how serious we are about 2023 Alaska and the commitment we've made. And all you pay for, obviously, is taxes, fees, and port expenses and a crew appreciation, because I think that's really critical. So again, There's optional upgrade components. And then we created the Sale 3 Sale Free flyers, which I think is the next slide, really critical, so that we're giving you all the sales tools, all the resources. And again, I always say visit onesourcecruises.com to get more information so that you can see the free voyage list as well as the detail offer, right? So what are the qualifying voyages where you need to sell the 3? And then we are nearing the end of our grouplets. Near and
We're
dear to
less than
Marsha's heart,
15 days away from
November
the
30th.
end of
November
this great
30th.
opportunity.
We're there.
Again, what I always tout, make sure you make the group first. Don't make bookings and wait for others to come. Open your group so that they can all get the benefits. We protect from booking one.
And consumer facing
Right.
amenities. So it's open up to 24 groups per month. Again, reduced TC ratios, over 200 voyages featured. November 30th is right around the corner. And again, if we go to the couple next slide, what have we done? We've waived the first and second recalls. Amenity points are protected. We've made this struggle-free, seamless, and easy for you. And if you look at the voyages, think about this. Again, Alaska, 1 for 10 TC ratio on these voyages. Super fantastic. And by the way, if you book a group, this counts towards to sell 3, sell free, just so you know. So we have made it win,
Yeah.
win, win, win. And again, the famous QR codes, which I love, with the itinerary flyers that they can customize, right? Which I think is
And
fantastic.
yes, those Alaska
your-
voyages are the
Mhm.
same ones that we just talked about with the sale 10 days for the price of 7. So it's layering on top of layering, where you've got that fantastic promotion. You have the ability to open this group and get 1 for 10 and earn something great back in for your office, as well
Super.
as easy. It's an amazing deal.
Very, very generous. And then again, if you go to the next slide, it's where we have the QR code, which I just love these. Oh, some of the voyages. I'm sorry, because we promised this to the team in board. So yes, we love Alaska, but we also have other destinations where we've done the 1 for 10 TC ratios on. So obviously California coast, which is absolutely one of my favorite. We've got Caribbean, Europe, Mexico, Hawaii, South Pacific, and the Panama Canal, which is the lovely voyage that I'll be on with my family
Yes.
on vacation. So looking
Over
forward to that.
200 of these. Contact
This
your
is
business
insane.
development manager if you're, getting lost in the options and the choices. They can help guide you to the ones that you should take out and promote.
Absolutely. And so again, if you go to the next slide, you know we've got these tools for you. We just wanted you to know November 30th, it's not going to be extended. I know we extended it once. If you're holding out, trust me, it will not be extended. Then we go back to regular operating procedures.
Yeah,
So the
get
next
it
one
open.
again, yep. And 2024 Alaska will be on sale.
December 7th, we just announced it.
Phenomenal. You see what I miss? You see what I miss? This is why these are such important webinars to have, even for me to understand. Because if you blink, you miss it all. And then again, the real love boat, right? Folks,
Yes,
still tune in.
absolutely.
Paramount Plus. Hopefully, 2 weeks from today, when we have our next webinar, which I'm super excited about. It'll be December already, by the way. It'll be December 1. Can you imagine?
It'll be
Oh,
December 1st.
okay. December 1 is our next one. We still have the Love Boat sale. That one ends November 21. Same thing with the third and fourth guest sailing free. Notice we
Mhm.
don't say kids sail free because anybody can sail free if they're third and fourth. And then we still have that
Right.
that extends through November 21, which I think is great. And then everybody wants to know about dollar deposits on Cyber Monday. November 28th, Cyber Monday, it's going to be incredible. Everybody talks about Black Friday sales, and that's a week from tomorrow. So we're really preparing everybody. 60 cruises under $60 per day. And the sale runs November 22nd through November 30th. But the dollar deposits, correct me if I'm wrong, it's only on Cyber Monday, right?
One day only.
One day only. It's going to be busy. I hope all our travel, beautiful folks on the phones, all of our res agents are prepared and ready to go. And then the next slide is obvious always. I'd rather that you sell 3 so you can sail free against
Yeah.
Alaska, but we always have, the TA rates are so generous and we're always adding new voyages. So just scan the QR code. So I would prefer you sell 3 and sail free, but if case you don't, there's TA rates that you can take advantage so that you're able to join us on an amazing Princess experience. So I know
So the
we're
other
coming
good
to
thing
the end.
about the sell 3, sell free is that it's not reliant upon you having any certain number of bookings made in your office, and it doesn't limit you to the number that you can have. So that's why the sell 3, sell free is special. You can book those, make those
agree.
bookings and then sail free without any other qualifications.
Totally agree. Thank you, Marcia. And
Mhm.
then I just want to say we took a lot of time, obviously, because we wanted to hear really from Captain Paolo. They get you and I every 2 weeks.
Yes.
So we go to the last slide. I just want to, I guess, wish every one of our travel partners that is on, because I know a lot of folks are out next week. Just thank you. Gracias, grazie mille, what, obrigada, whatever language you're in. Thank you so much, because I truly appreciate, we all appreciate, what you do each and every day to support us and help us really make sure we're full. So, wishing everybody a blessed and healthy Thanksgiving. May you enjoy it. We have so much to be grateful about, right? And so much to appreciate. So, thank you all, as always, for joining us on Connect with Princess in our webinar series. And we're going to see you December 1. Thanks, Marcia.
Buddy.
Thanks, team. Make it a great selling day.